Hey, what's good? Coach Colin Castella here, and welcome to NBA Breakdown, the show where we take a deep dive into your favorite players' skills. And first, today we've got Steph Curry's deep range shooting.
And Steph Curry gets a wide open look. We've seen this time and time again. From about 30 feet out, Steph Curry finishes the first half.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is something called triple extension, which deals with the lower body mechanics of Steph Curry's jumper. And basically it just means that his three joints, his ankles, his knees, and his hips, are all exploding and locking at the same time. Now, by having them fire all simultaneously, that generates a ton of momentum in his lower body that then can transfer into his upper body, into his jump shot. A lot of players and coaches don't really realize that a lot of the power from a jumper comes from your lower body. And if you have a segmented shot, meaning that your joints aren't firing together, it's not going to generate as much power, right? So if you watch Steph Curry shoot, watch those ankles, knees, and hips fire together. Now, this is why something like, ankle stability and ankle strength is so important. You'll remember early in Steph's career, he had some ankle issues, and that's one of the reasons why he had some shooting slumps and some shooting dips, because the ankles are one of those three main power sources that need to work together to get a ton of pop and power on the shot.
How sick is this shot? Steph Curry handling, recognized the clock is dwindling down. It actually looked beautiful in the air.
So we know that Steph's generating that power with his triple extension from his lower body, but he actually does one more thing with his lower body that gets even more power into his jump shot, and that's what we call heels up. Basically meaning when he's getting ready to shoot, his heels are going to hover off of the ground just a little bit, making almost like a springboard into his shot. Now, if you watch most of the best shooters shoot, when they get ready to shoot, they power off the balls of their feet and their heels never touch the ground. And this is really, really important because, like I just mentioned, it's like a springboard, right? Think about like if you're getting ready to do a cannonball off of a diving board in a pool. You're probably not going to plant your heels into the ground because as soon as your heels hit the ground, it's going to suck all that momentum and energy and you've got to regather it back up. So you can do a quick spring or pop off the balls of your feet. It's going to easily transfer that momentum and allow that triple extension like we talked about earlier to work in full effect.
He's a terrific guard rebounder.
Curry again, puts it in. Steph Curry drills another three.
All right, so now we've talked about his base and his foundation. We're going to move up the body a little bit. And this is probably one of the most important things that he does to shoot from long range, and that's have a one motion shot. Basically meaning that from where the ball starts to where it finishes, it never stops or it never pauses, right? A lot of players just end up jumping really high on their shot and the ball has to pause at a certain point, right? But with Steph, we'll notice as soon as he catches the ball, he brings it up, it goes smooth, and it goes smooth into the release. No pause, no stop. That's a one motion jump shot. And it's a reason why he can get so much power, right? And I like to think of it like a boxing analogy, right? If you're trying to throw an uppercut punch in a boxing match, if you start your punch low and then you stop halfway through and then try to finish it up, you're gonna lose all that momentum and power in your punch and it's not gonna be as powerful, right? Shooting's the exact same way. If you bring the ball up and it stops for even just a split second, you're breaking that power chain in your body and in the momentum, and then you have to regather it towards the hoop, right? This is why Steph, even though he's not a super big guy, whether it's, kind of physical strength and athleticism, he can shoot from so far out, from the volleyball line, from half court, and even beyond, and still keep pretty good form because the ball never stops. Now, a great tip that you can watch when you're seeing Steph Curry shoot is that the ball and his hips are gonna move at the exact same time. So you'll notice that as the ball starts rolling up in his shot, his hips start unlocking and firing. Now, a good kind of key to see if somebody's got a one motion shot or not is when the ball gets to their set point, or where they're resting it, getting ready to release towards the hoop. If you look at their legs, it's gonna tell you if it's one motion or not. If the ball gets to the set point and the legs are still kind of bent and loaded, that means that they probably have a two motion shot. But if you watch Steph Curry and some of the most elite shooters in the NBA, when the ball reaches that set point by his eyebrow, his legs are locked out and his toes are getting ready to leave the ground. So we know that that momentum is perfectly transferring through his body and into the basketball for the shot so he can get as much power as he possibly can.
Giving him an extra possession. Curry way outside. Steph Curry from downtown.
The next key we got is something a little bit different and something you probably haven't heard of before, and that's what we call a palm rotation. Basically meaning as Steph Curry is getting ready to shoot and he's setting up on a shot, he actually takes his shooting hand, or his right hand, and puts it a little bit to the side of the basketball, so it's almost like his palms are facing each other. Now, most traditional shooting instruction will tell you that you need to get your hand behind the basketball and get your wrist locked early, right? But what you'll notice is as Steph brings the ball up, he actually rotates his palm as the ball's coming up, and then snaps it off towards the middle. So it's kind of a continual movement from the start to the finish, just like his one motion that we talked about before. Now, the reason why this is important is because he can use that momentum of his palm rotating to really keep it smooth and really snap off his release to get that little extra bit of power on the shot. You'll notice that a lot of other NBA players that have deep range shooting, guys like James Harden, actually do this same thing. And so by not jamming your wrist behind, it alleviates a lot of other mechanical issues like a flaring elbow or a kind of an offside set line. And so it's really, really good because it can actually get it a little bit more smoother, and more smoothness generally means more power. So it's just kind of that little cherry on top to Steph Curry's shooting and his power from deep. All right, so next time you watch him play, you know the secrets to Steph Curry's deep range jumper. Now, we want to bring you the videos that you want to see. So in the comment section down below, let me know what sort of skill or what sort of player you want to see broken down next. We're going to have more of these videos coming, and I can't wait to hear what you want to see. All right, if you like what you saw, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, and then pop the subscription button so you can see all our NBA Playmakers content, because we've got a lot of great stuff coming for you. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castella. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.